Good morning and welcome to this table, beloveds, and to the Unitarian Universalist Church in Eugene. Oops, thank you. Welcome. Here we are, all in one place, in a room extended into cyberspace. I'm Joanna Alexander. My pronouns she and her, and I'm serving as your worship associate today. I'm wearing a rainbow visor to help me see better and a mauve shirt. Marlene Maston I've invited to light our chalice today as I read these words by Kimberly Ann Tomchak Carlson. A place of belonging and caring. It is not by chance that you arrived here today. You have been looking for something larger than yourself. Inside of you, there is a yearning, thank you, a calling, a hope for more, a desire for a place of belonging and caring. Through your struggles, someone nurtured you into being, instilling a belief in a shared purpose, common yet precious resource that belongs to all of us when we share. And so you began seeking a beloved community, a people that does not put fences around love, a community that holds its arms open to possibilities of love, a heart home to nourish your soul and share your gifts. Welcome home. Welcome to worship.
And a very good Sunday morning to all of you. My name is Poppy Lockridge. I am honored to be leading worship this morning. I am accustomed to she, her pronouns, and if you're someone for whom a description is useful, I am a white woman in her early 50s with short curly hair, and I'm wearing a black and yellow dress today with a button that says "Cherish Trans Kids." Please settle in, dedicate this time with these words from Reverend Gretchen Haley. For this one moment, know only that you are loved, that you are safe and whole and loved. Know that you belong here among us, here upon this earth, in your body, however tired or broken your heart may be. Whatever fear, disappointment, anger you carry, for this hour, know that you are not alone. Feel the presence of others surrounding you, breathing beside you and with you, discovering together the way our voices rise and fall together in harmony, in hope. Claim here a resilient freedom, the choice for love, for light, to live with joy and gratitude and praise as a form of resistance. Already we are organizing. Come, let us worship together. Here we are, all in one place, the wants and wounds of the human race. It's such a simple and beautiful song with so much complexity to it. Easily half of what I wanted to do this morning was share a song I love with all of you. And if all you take away today is a moment of beauty, that's fine. I have done half my job, half of our job. Betty's Diner is a song written by Carrie Newcomer, a singer-songwriter from Indiana whose music often reflects her Quaker faith. In this one song, we meet 9 strangers, bound together only by their presence in a quintessential Midwestern diner on a shared evening. The songwriter brings each stranger to life in short poignant couplets: struggle, love, loss, yearning, pride, potential, lost potential, missed opportunities, guilt, trauma, sacrifice, and poor choices. Despair and hope sit face to face when you come in from the cold. In the writer's hands, an ordinary night at an ordinary diner with ordinary people, well, it becomes something special. It starts to feel like holy ground, like take your shoes off before entering kind of holy ground. Doesn't it? Maybe it's just that anywhere people's stories matter feels holy or is holy, even if it is chrome and checkered tablecloth and one steamy window pane. This is the strength of the song. Consider what the writer does, what the singer does. She slows us down. Through the person of Miranda, working the late night shift in this Midwestern diner, she lets us listen to each person so that they almost come alive for us. This is what listening does. This is what witness looks like. By being willing to see more than just a paying customer, by seeing the complexity in their lives, Miranda lets each person matter. By being willing to share their stories with her, each person gives the gift of their trust. Isn't this something we do for each other here, too? When we share our joys and sorrows on Sunday mornings, as we'll do a little bit later in today's service, or when we meet in connection circles. We do it when we camp together, when we carpool to events together, and when we make coffee together. Anytime we are willing to give an honest answer to, how are you? We are opening ourselves up to be seen. Our experience of the world is deepened by the stories we touch. No one leaves unchanged because it is in relationship with each other that we are transformed. When I share with you and you share with me, when we allow ourselves to care, we become more. We become trusting. We become community. We become each other's witnesses. As I said, we will do our ritual of joys and sorrows a little later in the service today. If the story you're holding this week feels big, maybe you might want to go pick up a stone before or during this next musical interlude so that you have time to hold it, to really think with it before you set it in water. Whether you do this or not, I invite you to reflect briefly, and we'll be back. I'm not a trained professional minister or theologian, only a rank amateur, so I feel like I might be getting over my skis a little bit in this next piece. If I do, please tell me gently. There's a line in Betty's Diner that makes it clear that the comparison between the ordinary and the holy is intentional. It's part of the chorus, eggs and toast like bread and wine. There's a cue there to think of that setting as if it were church. Now, I know I have no personal experience with bread and wine as communion, and it's not part of our tradition here at UUCE, although I am told we make a good coffee. We do, however, share the substance of our lives with each other in all the ways that I've already named. We are part of a sprawling web of coexistence. These concepts, the ordinary as a holy place, witness as spiritual practice, have a name that comes from liberation theology. And that's why I've been reading and thinking about liberation theology for months now. A liberation framework helps us see that witnessing isn't just about being nice to each other. It's tied to the struggle for justice itself. Because witnessing each other is personal. It's related to the feminist truth that the personal is political. It's not just warm, comfortable feelings. It's about seeing who we are when we're hurt and reaching liberation together. The 2020 Widening the Circle report from the UUA invites and challenges us to strengthen our theology and find meaning in liberation. We are a liberatory faith. A faith of liberation starts with the personal, but it's not oriented around the individual. This is the bridge between an individualistic world and a community grounded in shared responsibility. Personal, but not individual, is how Latin American bishops, early thinkers in liberation theology, chose to describe the theology they were defining, reflected in the faces of the people they served: the indigenous, the sick, the unemployed, the oppressed. They could have chosen, in their foundational documents, only to cite statistics and then stop. They did not. Personal, but not individual, also describes the words to Betty's Diner and the witnessing we do together here, sharing our lives and our stories with one another. Juan Luis Segundo, a Jesuit from Uruguay, has suggested that a starting point for all liberation theologies is a very simple claim: that the world should not be the way it is. Anyone who is entirely comfortable with the world being the way it is will never really understand what liberation's about. Many of us here are disturbed by the way the world is. We are disturbed by rising temperatures, by Antarctica reaching nearly 60 degrees in the middle of winter. We are disturbed by the faces of neighbors who are removed from their communities and detained over minor legal issues. We are disturbed at the grocery store, knowing that some of the eyes we meet are weighing the cost of eggs against the cost of the fuel that gets them to their job. 2 years ago, 80% of GA delegates chose to put love at the center of our faith, asking us to identify how we center love in situations characterized by struggle or oppression. We already know how. The witnessing we do is a starting point. When we ask, "How are you?" as if we mean it, we are taking action. When we answer honestly, we are trusting. When we welcome new faces in and honestly listen to their experience and let our congregation grow and thrive on that new experience, we are learning. I'll leave you with a pair of open questions. How do we go deeper? How do we build on what we've started and do it with consistent reflection and celebration? These are questions we answer together in community. The answers have to be personal without being individual. Let us say together our extinguishing words as we extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we meet together again. Friends, flourishing together is harder than it sounds. It asks us to stay when leaving is easier, to listen when speaking feels more urgent, to trust when what we build between us matters, even when the results are slow, even when the harvest is not what we planted for. Hold us to that harder, better path. Remind us that the flourishing of each person here is bound up in the flourishing of all. May we be here for one another and for the conditions in which something good can grow. Amen. Blessed be.